Hello, YouTube family. I'm so excited for today's project. It's a thrift flip. I found this piece at a garage sale for $15, and we're going to turn it into the first major build for our kitchen renovation. We're building a coffee bar. That's today on Wainwright Road.
Welcome to Wainwright Road. Can't put that on YouTube. I picked up a dining room table at a garage sale for just $15. It was in the worst shape ever. It was completely falling apart. But wood is really expensive, and I needed a coffee bar. So we're going to make some shelves out of it.
Your kind of beauty doesn't come easy. Can't take my mind off you. I'm so embarrassed watching you undress. Can't take my eyes off you.
For sanding this project, I'm using a 60 grit sandpaper pad on a handheld detail sander. This is not the best tool for the job. I didn't at the time have a rotating sander. I ordered one after this project because I really needed one, and I kind of used one later. You're gonna see that. It's kind of hilarious. But this one took forever. This was a really tough finish that had lasted for about 50 years, and this was not the tool for the job.
Summer is over, yet you're on my shoulder, counting the dandelions. I'm caught in heaven like 24/7, losing my grip of time with you.
I went through something like 4 of these pads on this section, the leaf alone, and look at all of that crud. It was truly a nightmare. But I eventually got it all off, moved to a 220, and got it nice and smooth.
Work of art, work of art, work of art.
Oh my heck. Earlier, my little Danny K had asked me if I'd forgotten to do something. Of course it was difficult to sand that finish. I forgot to wash it. So here I'm scrubbing the heck out of this little castaway piece with Dawn dishwashing soap because it's a degreaser. It's a really nice clean soap. It washes away clean. So scrub dub dub. We're getting all the oils off of this thing, and then we're gonna sand. And I'm using an entirely different type of sander. I've got my good old-fashioned drill with a keyed chuck. I really want a keyless chuck. I want a Ryobi. Yeah, anyway, I want one of the nice green ones. But once I get this thing installed, bring it. Okay, look at this thing go. I think it's driving me. Like, this thing is hilarious. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know how to use it, but it's working way better than the detail sander. This finish is coming right off. Between the rotary sander and the fact that, I washed all of the grease off of it. It's got 40 years of Thanksgiving turkey spilled on this thing. Coming clean, coming right off. I love it. It's gonna be gorgeous. Feel free to laugh at everything you're seeing here, from my wardrobe to the fact that I had to get down on my knees because my little wall work surface here is not the right height. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I can't even hold on to this thing. It's moving so fast because it doesn't have speeds on it. Laugh away. I am laughing with ya. Okay, so what I discovered in that last little bit there is you have to find your vertical. So first I was way too high center. I had to get down on my knees, and then I had to get down on my bottom. So once I got down on my bottom and I realized I was tilting. If you tilt even just a little bit, it's going to get wobbly under here, and you're going to get that rugged. The higher center I got, the more vertical I got on this rod right here, the smoother it went. So you have to find your vertical, and you're going to know your vertical when it smooths out. And then you just do your best to maintain that vertical. I'm glad I'm testing this on wood because I actually bought this. It came with a kit of diamond heads for redoing it. So this is really good practice for that one. Okay. All right, so that went really smoothly there on the end. You can see it's swirly because, you know, it's going to swirl. I'm going to go ahead and do this with the detail further, I think, because I'm just better at controlling that. Let's do this end and see if my theory about controlling the center is really where it's at. Find the center. Hitting it with some 220 to get rid of the swirl marks, and now I'm just rounding off that sharp edge to age the shelf just a little bit and give it a worn look. This is where I noticed that this particular part of the table was really gumming up my sandpaper. You'll notice at the edge of the lighter area, there's almost like a black line around the sanded part. That's literally finish that is collecting at the edge, and I am blowing through the sandpaper here. So as I keep working, I ended up having to get a scraper, and I'm scraping off a waxy finish. And I did scrub this piece beforehand. It's varnish that is melting under the friction of the sander and gumming up the works. And this is where I discovered I should have chemically stripped this piece first. I've always wondered, when do you make the decision to strip a piece versus sand a piece? And this is it. If there's a thick finish on something that gums up your sandpaper, that's the deciding factor. Hit it with a chemical stripper first. Get all of that gunk off there, sand it smooth, and then work on your new finish. So here is the stain that I chose. It is the stain and polyurethane in one by Varathane, I think, in the Jacobean. And I love the color, hate the texture. I do not like this product at all. I don't think I will ever use it again. It goes on like paint instead of stain. And it does offer a good protective seal, but it doesn't have the right look. I wanted it to look like stain with a Varathane on it. And as you can see, it's more of a fake wood finish. And it's great for when I do my cement floors, but it is not really great on wood that you want to look stained. It's good for making things look like fake wood. So here's our finished product. I hung the shelf. I've got a larger space between the top two shelves because I have since hung a picture that I did of some coffee beans. The lowest shelf is much narrower. It just holds mason jars of coffee and sugar and things like that, and some mugs. And we're really pleased with how it turned out. It's our all-in-one coffee station, cocoa station. We've got some memorabilia on there. I just love my stack of books wrapped in twine. We've got a coffee grinder there, some artwork that I've done. That butcher block table is over 100 years old. It came to me through one of my daughters who couldn't use it anymore. It came with the house that she purchased with her husband in Helper, Utah. They bought a completely furnished home circa 1910, and when they moved out, they gave me that butcher block table. It's really not safe for prepping food anymore. So I put that all-in-one Varathane stain on it in the Jacobean. It is now our coffee bar. The overall look for our kitchen is mostly freestanding furniture. We have a goal for our kitchen that when someone walks in, we don't want them to think, what a great kitchen. We want them to think, what a great room. This is the room. When it started, that wall on the left side actually separates the dining room from the kitchen. We knocked that wall down. As you can see, we left some of the studs in place, knocked out the pocket door, and kept the header. And we want it to be completely turn of the century Victorian. We just love how it is turning out. So we'll make a video and show you the entire kitchen transformation, expanding it into the existing dining room. Please, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. And we're going to put together a whole playlist for the tour and the pieces that are left to do. So thanks so much.